I mentally broke my fiancée, and I don't think I'm ever getting her back. There's a lot to unpack here, but I'll do my best to keep it brief. I'm a 41-year-old man, and I met my fiancée, a 36-year-old woman, 5 years ago at work. She was a single mom to a 2-year-old boy, and the father wasn't in the picture, which she believed was for the best. We started as friends, and over time, our relationship blossomed into something deeper. She's an incredible person, and I love her dearly. As our relationship grew, I learned about her past, a traumatic, abusive relationship that nearly cost her life on 2 occasions. It took a year for her to share the full story, and I learned about her scars before I understood the pain behind them. I never wanted to push her to talk about it. Her ex left before she knew she was pregnant, believing it would keep her safe. He later found out about their son, but respected her wishes to stay away. Since then, they've had no contact. We send a yearly update to his family on the boy's birthday, just to let them know he's happy and healthy. To us, her son is our son. I've been in his life since he was little. He calls me Dad and carries my last name. I love him dearly, despite my feelings toward his biological father. My fiancée has always maintained that her ex isn't a bad person, just someone who made terrible choices. I understood that it was a trauma bond, and I accepted long ago that I wouldn't fully grasp her feelings about him. For years, we rarely discussed him, and she seemed to be healing well. We even got engaged earlier this year. Recently, our son turned 7, and she asked me to reach out to her ex's brother for our annual update. They had been supportive during her toughest times, but I had never met them or spoken to them beyond those yearly messages. When I opened the message, I discovered recent exchanges between my fiancée and her ex's brother. She had been asking about her ex, if he was okay, and what hurt me the most, if he was happy. I confronted her about it, and she explained that she had a bad feeling something had happened to him and wanted to quiet her mind. When I pressed her about the "is he happy" question, she confessed she felt guilty for being content in her life. I struggled to understand how she could care about someone who had caused her so much pain. In trying to help her see the truth, I used our son as an example. I asked her how she would feel if he were in her position, bruised and hurt. That's when she finally broke down, sobbing uncontrollably, saying she would kill him if he ever hurt our son. I told her that the feelings she was experiencing now were what I had felt toward her ex for years. We had some tough conversations, and she seemed to finally grasp that the reasons behind the abuse didn't matter. What he did was unacceptable. I thought we could finally put this behind us, but I now realize I pushed her too hard. The next morning, I woke up to our son yelling that Mommy was asleep on the bathroom floor. She was disoriented, her eyes puffy and barely open. She asked where the baby was and believed she was pregnant, not remembering how she ended up there. She slept the entire day, and when she woke up, she didn't understand why it was evening already and forgot I had found her in the bathroom. We went to the doctor the next day, and she started medication and therapy. That was last month. Since then, she's been a shell of her former self. We don't talk much, and she sleeps a lot. A few days ago, she approached me, asking why I was still around and saying she didn't deserve me. During another breakdown, she revealed that the morning I found her in the bathroom, she had a vivid dream about a life with her ex, where she was pregnant. It had consumed her for weeks. She thought she was healed, but realized she had just locked everything away, and it had grown into something darker. I had never seen her so broken, and I felt equally shattered. She got worse, and I ended up calling an ambulance. One moment she was lucid, and the next, she was speaking as if she were back in the hospital, after her ex abused her, recounting her injuries. She was taken in, and I stayed home with our son, feeling utterly helpless. I felt my heart tear in two. Even writing this now is a gut punch. In trying to help her understand the severity of her past, I inadvertently broke her. I was struggling myself, and for some reason, I thought the only people who could help were her ex's brother and his partner. I called them that night and spoke for hours. While I knew the story, hearing it from their perspective was eye-opening. I didn't fully grasp the extent of the damage her ex had caused until that night, in my attempt to help. I feel like I've taken away the last bit of sanity she was holding on to. I worry we've completely lost her, and I don't know how to explain to our son that I'm the reason his mom will never be the same.